Hello everybody, it's Tim here again. Here another review, this time for Wednesday Season 2, which I finally caught up with this show and I wanted to watch Season 2. The first season I liked. I didn't love it. From 1 to 4, I gave it like a 3 out of a possible 4. I liked it. I didn't love it. It didn't blow me away. It was good. I watched it because Tim Burton's name was on it, and honestly, I'm an Addams Family fan. But it was only like half Tim Burton, really, because other parts of the show felt really corporate, like they were trying to make like an Addams Family type show for like the CW or something with all the teen romance melodrama crap. Here with season 2, I will say it's better. It's better than season 1. But at the same time, it's not perfect. If I gave season 1 like a 3 out of 4, this would be like a 3.5 out of 4. This was a pretty good season of the show. It's not great. It has some good moments. I like it better than season 1 because it feels darker. And it feels like less like teen romance and teen drama focused in the first season, even though we still get some of that crap here that I don't like, with like the Enid character and how all of a sudden she broke up with her boyfriend from the first one because they really don't even really give like an actual explanation. It's almost like they just throw in the idea that they kind of throw in like context, like she feels like she can do better, I guess, or she deserves somebody or wants somebody who's like more of like a popular person or something at the school. That's almost what it seems like for why she broke up with her like Demogorgon boyfriend or whatever, who's just kind of like this sweet average guy in the first season. And I get people grow apart and stuff like that, but it makes the character seem kind of like a bitch. But at the same time, the actress who plays her is still likable in it. The dude who plays the Demogorgon guy or whatever, he's fine. But yeah, I just don't like that relationship drama or whatever. It's just boring. And I get it. Maybe it's unavoidable with a show that centers on the Wednesday character as opposed to the entire Addams family. But at the same time, I don't think you have to make it so like CW teen drama feeling like, do I like Dave or do I like Greg? Like, I just don't, I'm just too old for that. I just don't care about that stuff. The Wednesday character, Jenna Ortega, does a great job. At the same time, her character does come off annoying at some points, where she's trying like so hard to push other people away, where she's acting like kind of like such an asshole. She had this problem in season 1 too, where she's acting like kind of such an asshole. You're like you keep wanting to look at the screen and be like, well, Enid, why do you care about this person so much? She's kind of a bitch a lot of times. Okay, she's kind of a jackass a lot of times. But at the same time, you get it that Wednesday does care about Enid, and she does have feelings and care about other people. But at the same time, the character tries to push it in your face to where she tries to push other people away and doesn't want anything to do with them and stuff like that, to where it becomes a little much, to where the character gets kind of a little annoying. But overall, Jenna Ortega does a great job as Wednesday. Still my second favorite version of Wednesday after the Christina Ricci one from the 90s movies. Nothing touches that one. We get Christopher Lloyd in this season. It was cool to see him here. He doesn't really get to do much. He just pretty much plays like a head in a jar professor. We get the villains here. We get Christina Ricci pops up in pretty much just like a pointless extended cameo. I don't even really know why she was here. It's almost like they brought her back just to say like, well, no, Wednesday didn't kill her in season 1. And here she just gets killed by the boy or whatever, the sheriff's son, who's actually a Hyde. He can transform, and he ends up getting broke out of the institution that he's at. And they bring his mom in, which I recognize the actress. She was in that movie Bedazzled, I believe, with freaking Brendan Fraser. But yeah, all the acting in this is good. Nobody's bad here. The kid who plays Pugsley, though, he does have 1 or 2 moments of bad acting, but overall he was good. They go for like kind of like the sweet like version of Pugsley, kind of like what they did with the friggin' Wednesday character in the original Black and White Addams Family. Here they kind of transfer that personality over to the Pugsley character, and I think it works. It's fine. The actor does a good job, but I do think he has like 1 or 2 weak moments of acting, at least for me. But overall, he's good. The bad guy we get here is like the brother. He's of the mom of the kid who's like the Hyde who can transform, the one who was the sheriff's son in the first season. And when he comes back as a zombie, just coincidentally gets regenerated, brought back to life as a zombie by Pugsley, because Pugsley can shoot electricity like Uncle Fester. And he comes back and he just starts like eating people's brains, and his body regenerates back to normal, human looking. And he really looks like Crispin Glover, like a young version of Crispin Glover. Like the whole time I was watching this, I was like, is this dude related to Crispin Glover? He could literally be his twin. But yeah, and you find out that his hand or whatever is actually Thing, and he reattaches it, and then at the end of the show or whatever, he gets it cut off. Or no, he doesn't get it cut off. He gets killed by Thing. They talk Thing into coming back alive because he's got good in him and everything, and he overpowers the dude and pulls out like his mechanical heart, which is what he's using to like power himself, I guess. And that causes the body to fall over, and then he detaches himself back from the dude. The character's name is Isaac, the one who's like the evil uncle or evil uncle mad scientist of the Hyde boy or whatever. There's a lot of, like I said though, this season it suffers from, or I mean, I want to say this season's suffering from just trying to do too much. Like we get like this big villain story about like the Hyde kid and his family and stuff, and then we got like this other villain story with Steve Buscemi that just ultimately ends before even the final episode. He just like gets turned into stone by the Demogorgon dude, and he gets crushed by this big lampshade that's hanging, or chandelier. I mean, Steve Buscemi is good in this. He's fun as a villain, but it's almost like the show's trying to set him up to be like the main villain or potential main villain when it starts, but then it just shifts over to the Hyde characters. It just feels a little messy like that because you just don't need both of these villains in this show. I just don't feel like you do. And basically, Steve Buscemi's just trying to scam the place out of money. That's it. That's all he's doing. It kind of builds it up to where it seems like it's going to be like this big master plan thing or something, but no, he just wants money. So it's like, it's kind of underwhelming. But he does do a great job in terms of acting, Steve Buscemi does. But at the same time, though, you could have easily have just written this to where he was just the villain of the season, or the Isaac character was just the villain of the season. You did not need both these storylines. You didn't. Enid, she transforms into a werewolf. We find out that she's going to be like an alpha. She transforms into a werewolf to like save Wednesday, who's been like buried underneath the ground by Isaac towards the final episode. And then she takes off because they say alphas can't turn back, which we know that's a crock of shit because we know they're going to find some way to transform her back to her regular self in the next season. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this season more than the first season because there was less of that teen melodrama crap. It was less focused on that. It was more focused on like the actual horror and just like the mystery and stuff of it. And at the same time, they also throw in like another villain who's like this woman who works at the institution who like can command birds and shit. And then she just like supposedly gets killed off screen, but we see like a flying mutated bird or whatever at the end of it with a fucked up face. So maybe she's not dead. Maybe she'll show up in the next season, but her character just disappears. We just assume the Isaac guy killed her off screen. That's what he states, but I don't really know. She may be safe for the next season since we didn't see the death happen. But yeah, there's just too much going on this season. You don't need all these storylines. This could easily have been simplified. But overall, in terms of entertainment value, I had more fun with this season over like the teen melodrama crap of the first season. So it'd be a 3.5 for me, just in terms of like pure entertainment value and fun. 3.5, not great, pretty good. I liked it. I would check out the third season because I'm pretty much on board now. Watch the first two, but this is still not a great show. But it is a good show overall. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again.